job that you look back at and go, that was fucked?
I worked at Maple Lodge Farms.
Okay. Maple Lodge Farms.
On the eviscerating line.
Oh, yeah.
One summer.
Okay.
So I was like trying to find work in different things, and like this is in the fucking middle. It was a Winston Churchill somewhere in the middle of Mississauga.
Okay.
And like, so you go in and this big factory, and it stinks like
death.
Yeah. Yeah. And my job essentially was to go on the eviscerating line, and the chickens would come down the line.
Yeah.
And you have to quality inspect them, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you have to cut off. So sometimes their feet don't get cut off, or their heads, or sometimes their feathers are still on.
Yeah.
So you have to take that off, cut the rest of the head off, cut the feet off, put it back on the hook, and it goes around. That was my job. And for the first 3 days, I didn't eat anything. And I came home, and it stunk. And it was just the most depressing, like, I don't know, like, yeah, really, what am I doing here? What kind of job? I was like, this is all I could do right now. This is all I got, so I did it.
Well, I respect that you fucking did it. How long did you stick it out for?
Yeah, the whole summer.
Holy shit.
That was like, I listened to Marilyn Manson the whole summer. I was like, this is very appropriate for what I'm doing. I don't know. It was just like, sometimes you have phases where you just listen to this album for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Or, I'm only listening to this artist for like a week or whatever. But like, it was just like a huge Marilyn Manson phase while I was working at Maple Lodge Farms cutting off the heads of chickens.
Oh, wow.
And one time,
okay,
they liked me, so they let me like do a little bit of floor managing. So you would like not like for the whole shift, but like sections. So like say they needed somebody to floor manage for a little bit. So I would do that. You walk around, make sure everything's good, and then that's it.
All right.
So one time I was walking, and I was past the grate, and I see this thing in my peripheral like move. In the grate? I'm like, what? So I look in the grate and look closer, and it's a chicken, and it's still alive.
Oh no!
It has no feathers.
Oh no!
So I had to catch the chicken.
Yeah.
And bring it back to the line, and the man with no empathy whatsoever just takes this chicken, sticks it back on, like this man's dead inside.
Yeah.
He like puts it back on, and it goes down, and that's it. So it's like the chicken tried to escape, and I fortunately prevented its escape. It was not a fun time in my life.
Okay.
Or the lives of those chickens, but
I gotta ask, when you were doing quality control, like, did you have any experiences like that on your own, where when you had to cut off a leg or anything when they were still alive?
Oh no, they won't do that.
Okay.
Like, they usually what they do. They take the chickens, come in live, and they hook them, like not like a hook through their skin, but like they have these hooks that their feet fit on, and they put them upside down, and the chickens are moving, and then they electrocute them so they pass out, and then they slit their throat so they bleed out, and then they put them through a thing where it scorches all their feathers off, and then a machine comes and cuts their feet and head off. So that's why, because sometimes the chickens are different sizes, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
So that's why you have somebody on the line making sure like the machine didn't miss anything. So you have to do it, because if it's a smaller chicken or a bigger chicken and it's only set for certain parameters. So that was that, and then I was like, I'm fucking done. I can't do this anymore.
So a summer of that, you said for the first few days you couldn't eat.
Yeah, I couldn't eat anything.
Did it have any long-lasting effects on you in regards to, like, did you go vegan?
No.
No, okay.
I mean, you think it would, right?
No, not necessarily. That's why I'm asking. It's like, I'm not sure.
No. I mean, I just really looked at like how.
I mean, any vegan watching this has had a wonderful time.
I just really look at like how we treat our livestock.
Yeah.
Now, and you like think of the way things are going now, and that could be us.
Oh
yeah, right? Like
almost
gonna be
definitely
those chickens or those cows or those pigs on those trucks. Actually, because I live in the stockyards, and there's all those factories down there.
Yeah.
And like I've seen them a couple times where the trucks drive and you see the pigs like sticking their head out trying to like, where am I going?
Oh yeah.
And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. We used to see that a lot more downtown. I don't know if they do it as much downtown. I don't see it as much as they did before, but when I was a kid, it would be like a lot when we'd go to Ontario Place and stuff like that. I guess because you're by the highway or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you'd have just the squealing and the crying, and my mom, being the emotional person she is, she would just freak out and try to like avert us from it. But as I grew up with that, and with a mother who was vegan, I didn't go down that road either of becoming vegan. But a situation like that reminds me, like we were just talking about this while you were here. Mm-hmm. Eating as much chicken as I do It's made me wonder if...
How much chicken do you eat? Eating as much chicken as I do. I don't know. How much chicken do you eat?
I go through
like a farm's worth of chicken in a couple days?
If I'm eating chicken for my like meals that day or whatever, if I'm doing like prep, I'm eating like at least a little over half a chicken.
Yeah.
So...
A day?
Yeah. So if I'm eating like a little over half a chicken there and I'm eating chicken, say like 4 out of 7 days, like I'll do a day vegan. I'll do a day of like pescatarian. I'll do red meat and stuff like that maybe like once in a while as like a treat. I don't have this part of my routine, but I eat mostly, chicken, fish, eggs, stuff like that, right? And I realized I eat a lot of chickens as I prep them. As you walked into the place today, I got a bone broth going on, and I like to use the whole fucking chicken.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, but it made me wonder. Less lives killed. Do I try to eat like, turkeys, which are bigger? Do I make my way up a chain to something bigger so I'm taking less lives? And I think it brings back to what you were talking about before, which is the idea of just like, being grateful for anything, any life you're taking, any time. And working in that situation, we'll bring it back to you with that. Is it something... Go on.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, go on,
I was going to say, because we don't think about this, like, when we eat them, or when we're cooking them.
Don't.
Like, if you had a farm, and they were your chickens, and you took care of them, and you had to kill them because you're going to eat them, like, at least if you took care of them, and you loved them, that would make a big difference.
It would, but at the same time, it reminds me of, there's like this home documentary thing on Gordon Ramsay, and with his kids, they raised, I think, like, turkeys for Thanksgiving, or they raised chickens, I don't know, but they named them all, and this and that. And like, one of the ones, I'm not sure how old she was, 4, or like one of the younger ones, right? Looking out the window, it's like, it says one of their names, whatever it was. She's going to be delicious.
Oh my God.
I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. But yeah, that idea of working that scenario is something I've always been interested in. So you bringing that up right now, I'm absolutely like, respect for doing it.
You'd be interested in working in that scenario?
No, my thing more so is the idea of being, taking a life. For the right to eat that life. Like, I don't think like if you can't kill a chicken yourself, then maybe you shouldn't be eating chicken. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people will argue it's like, well, no, they're just not a hunter, this and that. But I feel as though maybe that'll be the turning point for where you go vegan. Maybe I'll go vegan at that moment. Maybe I don't know. And it's something I've always been interested in, which is the idea of, hunting is something I'm interested in, but more so being able to go to a farm, being able to realize that you have to take a life to eat the life, and to just show absolute gratitude for something, right? It's like that whole. Just that whole scenario of being grateful for what you're eating, whether it be meat or, a screaming broccoli head as you rip it from the ground. All right, let's bring it back to you, brother. Let's go back to jobs. We talked about your worst job. Let's touch on favorite job in the industry.
Yeah, I think that was my worst job.
All right.
I don't think I've had a job worse. Yeah, no, actually.